Here we have verse 6 of the 7th chapter of the Gospel of Matthew. Jesus has just been warning about having an overly judgmental attitude, saying that I should make sure I removed any impediments from my own perspective before taking up the task of trying to remove a relatively minor speck out of the eye of my neighbor. And now he gives what appears to be a balancing warning that this effort on my part to undertake helping my neighbor correct some aspect of their lives should not be wasted on those who are unwilling, unable to be the recipients of that. So we have this rather well-known warning, which he says may. This is the negation. May is used with the aorist subjunctive to stand for a prohibition. And so we have dota, which is a subjunctive here, and it is a aorist subjunctive, and so it does in fact represent a prohibition, and it's from the word didomi, which means to give, so it's the prohibition against giving. Second person plural, aorist active subjunctive, so do not give. To, the neuter accusative, hagion, the holy or the holy thing, any holy thing. Tois, indirect object, dative, plural. Kusen, to the kusen is the word for dog or dogs. This is a word that's always used in the New Testament in a negative sense. There's another word, which is the word kunarion, which means a puppy. That notably is the word that's used in connection with the Syro-Phoenician woman. You may recall that the crumbs may fall and be gobbled up by the puppies that are under the table, a much more diminutive word and much more polite, you might say, than dogs. But one way or another, the word dog is used here. So do not give the holy things to the dogs. Then along with that, meda, nor, baleta is from balo, to cast. This is the second person plural, aorist active subjunctive. Again, it's a negation. Prohibition used with the word may, or a form of the word may here. So do not give, and then tous, margaritas. This is the accusative plural of this word. It's declined like mathetes, it's margarites. The pearls, so is the word, so don't cast the pearls. Humon, possessive pronoun, second person genitive plural. Improsthen. Improsthen is usually used with the genitive, it's a preposition, before, and then the genitive here, tokoiron. From koiros, it means pig, hog, swine. It's the way it's usually rendered, so don't cast your pearls before swine. So don't take and feed that which is holy to the dogs. Don't cast your pearls before swine. The whole idea here is that as I'm going to undertake trying to be a corrective, you might say, in the life of my neighbor, I should be sure I'm not wasting my time with someone who's utterly unwilling to hear my critique, which seems to be the metaphorical sense Jesus has in mind. Me poti, lest perchance, is the idea here. It's a conjunction. Kata patesusen. Katapatesusen, this is third person plural, future active indicative of katapateo. Pateo means to walk, to tread. Katapateo would mean to tread down or trample is the idea, usually rendered that way. This is the third person plural, future active indicative, lest perchance they trample down. And then autus, this is the accusative plural, lest perchance they trample them down, referring to these holy things or pearls that you've put before them. In, preposition with the dative, tois posen, the in here is the sense of by means of, tos posen, this is the word pous, which means foot, this is the plural, the dative, so the feet, auton of them, lest they trample with their feet, and straphentes, this is from strepho, it means to turn, This is a aorist participle now. It's passive, lest having turned, or having been turned, you might say. So they've trampled underfoot your valuable things, and then having turned. Regzusen. This is from a regnumi, a me verb in the New Testament. It means to tear something apart, to rip it apart, to destroy it in that way. And of course, it's applied to use. So the whole point here is to have a bit of discretion. As I'm noticing that my brother may need some kind of guidance, what I do in that person's life should be peppered with a great deal of insight and wisdom, and I should be on my guard that I'm not simply wasting my time or even exposing myself to needless wrath from them because I've undertaken this enterprise.